All right, shifting our focus now to the Russia-Ukraine war. Ukraine's air defenses are facing a challenge that they have not encountered earlier. Russia has introduced a faster generation of attack drones, forcing Kyiv to seek emergency military help from NATO nations. The battle is no longer just about stopping missiles. It's about keeping pace with a rapidly changing threat. A day after the massive attack on Kyiv, both Russia and Ukraine have now launched deadly attacks. Our next story brings you the latest that has been happening in the battlefield. Take a look.
The night sky over Ukraine has transformed into a high-speed killing zone, where traditional anti-aircraft artillery is rendered completely obsolete. Russia has begun deploying jet-powered attack drones, creating what Ukrainian officials describe as a serious new challenge for the country's already weak air defense network. Unlike the slower propeller-driven Shahed drones, these aircraft travel at much higher speeds, shrinking the window available to detect, identify and intercept them. The timing could hardly be worse. Ukraine is in mourning. Around 30 people were killed in Thursday's attack. People in Kyiv are horrified at the scale of the bombardment.
This was the first time I'd ever been so close to this kind of danger. When ballistic missiles had been flying before, they were never this close. They landed behind us or somewhere else in the district, but they'd never struck right at our building. I'll remember this for the rest of my life.
Last night, when the air raid sirens started, we went into the corridor to shelter, as we always do. Then the Shaheds and missiles started flying. They've been flying at us from Russia for 5 years already.
The next day, too, brings no respite. On Friday, Ukraine's Air Force said Russia launched missiles along with 105 long-range drones targeting Kharkiv, Sumy and other regions, keeping pressure on exhausted air defense units. As the attacks intensify, Kyiv is making one of its strongest appeals yet to its allies.
Зараз днями буде саміт НАТО.
The NATO summit and other meetings are due to take place in the coming days, and this is precisely what should be one of the key outcomes: air defense. That is, of course, if NATO still means anything to its allies.
Ukraine is also continuing to launch deadly and devastating strikes on Russia. On Friday, Moscow says that Kyiv targeted a market in southern Zaporizhia region. Moscow says the attacks on Ukraine are in retaliation for Kyiv's drone strikes on Russia. Ukraine has stepped up long-range attacks inside Russia, focusing largely on energy infrastructure and military-related targets, but also damaging civilian sites. Strikes on oil refineries have triggered a fuel crisis in Russia, forcing the world's third biggest oil producer to import gasoline. Bureau Report, WION World is One.